Hello, welcome to PlayStation Access at Gamescom. I'm Rob, joining us is Holly.
Hello everybody.
And Holly, we saw a little game today. Well, not a little game.
Nothing little about it, really.
No, we saw a game called Biomutant.
Yeah.
Which we hadn't heard of before coming to Gamescom.
No, we hadn't.
We've certainly heard of it now. And we are going to talk about, basically, why it is Jak and Daxter meets Devil May Cry meets Horizon Zero Dawn. Which is quite a cocktail.
It was... I think if anyone follows me on Twitter, I tweeted, me and Rob have like just seen a game and we're totally hyped for it. And I can't describe, it's the best feeling in the world when you go into something and you're just like... Oh,
you don't know anything about it.
And you sit there and you're both like, you can both look at each other, a little side glance, you're both like, yeah, I'm feeling this hype.
This is the one.
This is the one.
Here are your notes, Holly. Your traditional essay of notes. Let's get started.
Okay, well, I thought we'd start with something like, let's introduce kind of the story. Because I think people want to know what Biomutant is, right? So the idea is the world is dying, it's post-apocalyptic, but he's like, it's not like a nuclear bomb's gone off, it's like there's been like an oil problem.
An environmental disaster, he said.
And like oil is now like soaking up through the floor. And the tree of life, which obviously keeps everything alive, is dying. And you have to, if you want to...
So you don't have to.
Save the tree of life. And that's part of kind of the game's system, is this idea that whatever you do, the story is truly open-ended. And for example, if you don't save the tree of life, you have a 0% chance of saving humanity if you do nothing, right?
Yeah.
And if you finish the game,
but
it's got 0%.
You can still finish the game like that. You don't have to save the tree of life.
You don't have to.
You just get a bad ending.
Or you can just do like a bit.
Everyone dies.
You can do 10%, for example, 20%, and then it would actually roll.
I think they described it as that this tree has 5 roots.
Yes.
And each of those 5 roots has like 5 segments.
Yes.
And there are multiple things you can do to heal those segments of those roots. Some of the roots have horrible monsters gnawing at them that you might have to kill. Or you could just ignore all of that and be evil and not save the tree at all.
Well, you can visit like little nanos. They call them nanos. The little creatures that like eat the bad stuff away from the roots. So you can like do like quests to like find the nanos who will then go and cure the roots. And every like bit of the root that you cure, that's a percentage towards saving humanity.
Yes.
But if you don't do it 100% and you finish the game, it will roll, and there's still like a 10% chance it'll be like, well, mate, you still killed everyone.
Yeah.
But that kind of leads into the karma system.
Yes.
The yin-yang system.
He described this in various different ways. The yin-yang system, the good and evil system, the karma system, the red and blue system.
The red and blue system.
And basically each choice that you make in Biomutant has like a good outcome and a bad outcome.
And it's easy
you know
to
the
see.
kind of thing. And it's clearly marked, like red is bad. Blue is good.
And it's like, if you choose the red, it would be like, this answer is like -10 karma points. Yeah. And if you pick the blue one, this is +10. So it's really obvious what you're doing. So you can like do the mathematics basically. But it makes such a difference.
Yeah, I mean, I daren't think how many different endings there could be.
Well, for example, there's 6 tribes.
Yeah.
And now you could like be a good person and unite these 6 tribes, and that would be part of like a good ending, kind of. Or you could be like evil and like kill off 5 of them and like have a warlord become like in charge of all the others, and that makes you an ass. And therefore, it's like even if you save the tree of life, you're still like you've done bad things, and that will have a difference as well.
So you could do some good things and you could do some bad things.
That's what you're going to do, isn't it? Some good things.
Mostly
and some bad
probably,
things.
I think.
So I suppose if that's the story and that's the karma system, then I guess we should probably talk about who we are.
Our main character.
Who doesn't talk.
No, and he's not human.
But he's not like a robot.
No.
But he is a mutant.
It's like a furry little...
think Rocket
furry
from...
little kung fu rodent thing.
Trash Panda. It's Trash Panda.
It's basically why we said it's like Jak and Daxter meets DmC, because he's basically a cool little... It looks like a classic platforming mascot, but with guns who does kung fu.
Basically, and he does have like a little cricket sidekick who you might see a bit of, but the developer was like, we're not going to tell you too much about him, but he is like integral type of story in the open world. So you've got a little sidekick, so that's where I get the Jak and Daxter vibes from anyway. But he doesn't talk. In fact, the only talking in the game is done from a narrator.
Yeah.
Now the narrator is also like sort of dynamic, so if you go places and like do things, the narrator will start to talk and will literally like if you pick something up, it'd be like, and then he found the screwdriver.
Almost like a commentator in a football game. That's how they described it, wasn't it?
Yeah,
like
actually.
The narration will react to what is happening on screen and the various things you do.
It was really, really nicely done, and it wasn't too intrusive either, which sometimes narration can be a bit intense. So that's like a little bit about the story.
Yes.
A little bit about the karma system.
Yes.
And the character.
Yes.
So what about the enemies?
Tell us about the enemies, Holly.
So
because they were varied and they were excellent, I thought.
Well, we only saw like a snippet of gameplay, and like we already saw like so many different types. And as they crawl out of the oil, first of all their equipment is random.
Yeah.
So it's not like, you know, when you get like, there's the blue soldier and there's the red soldier, and like the red ones always have the more heavy armor. They could basically be carrying anything, but there was one particular type that basically, if you didn't kill it quick enough, it contaminated you.
Oh yeah, this was great.
This was so clever. So it contaminated you, and if you were contaminated, all your stats sort of dropped.
Yeah.
But then if you came into contact with the other people of the world, you would then make them sick. But then you then had a choice. If you didn't cure them, that was bad karma.
Yeah.
And it was just like, it just meant everything had so many more levels to it than what I was thinking.
It's incredibly deep and complex, isn't it?
It really, really is. Then you've also got the way you attack.
Yes.
So this also changes depending on who you're fighting. So if you were fighting one of the big ones, you would sort of slide between his legs.
That was great.
And it changes how you do that. But
Like,
you're little enough now as well.
And the combat system was so immediate and slick as well.
Really
this has been billed as a big open world role-playing game, but the combat is very much, I mean, we've said in the title, it's like DmC.
That's the Devil May Cry bit.
You know, the cool martial arts with the twin guns, and it's not like a third-person shooter with kind of cover shooting and aiming. The guns are very much like Dante would use them. They are integral to the combos you use, and like slow-mo dive backwards, twin guns shooting away, then into your sword attacks. Oh, so good.
And then you could equip different things. You could have a two-handed sword, or you could have like two single-handed weapons if you wanted. And then same for guns. You can have like some massive, massive, huge gun, or dual-wield smaller ones. And the crafting, you could craft these yourself as well if you wanted. And some of the stuff they were showing looked ridiculous.
Yeah.
And of course, the best thing is it then equips itself to your character.
Yeah.
So you can see the stupid weapon you're carrying.
And the silly hat. Remember the silly hat?
Yeah, there was like silly hats, and they all affect your stats.
And you can customize how your character looks. Remember at the beginning where basically you could have like a massive head, thin body, fat body, basically moving the character slider about, and your character was there morphing in front of you like this weird cartoon, and you can change the fur color.
The fur, even the fur type was changeable. There was actually character customization on this, which I mean, I remember looking at it, was like, this is so in depth.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even sure you need this, but I'm so glad it's here.
Yes.
Like, this is what I wanted. So I suppose the final point is mutations, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a biomutant.
Mm-hmm.
So there are two types of mutations.
Mm-hmm.
So there are the biomutations,
which are like the physical ones.
Yes. And then there's the psi ones.
The psi mutations, like telekinesis.
These were crazy. So, for example, you'd have to find the points to sort of unlock these psi mutations by discovering abandoned radioactive bunkers that are hidden around the world. And when you do it, it gives you the points that you can then use on the skill tree. And we saw one where if you'd use it, you like spewing moths, and the moths would like then attack people.
Maybe we should have put meets Bioshock as well.
Maybe meets plasmids, and then you could just spew the moths, and that would then cause confusion on the battlefield.
Well, it contaminated the moths contaminated the enemies, and they all started fighting each other.
It's amazing. And then there was the fungus. So you grow mushrooms,
and
enemies would either bounce off them, or if you're exploring in the open world, it would help you reach places you couldn't reach previously. And then you also had electricity. Remember when you just went?
And you can guess what electricity does.
It was ridiculous.
Just fries things.
But you could equip up to 4 different things at once.
Yeah.
So you could have, if you wanted, just have 4 psi mutations, or you can mix them with the physical ones. And with some of the physical ones, you'd end up having giant claws or wings that you've added to your body. It's genuinely ridiculous.
Yeah, it's so ambitious. That's what we said. We came out as I couldn't believe how ambitious that game was.
But it looks like they're proving it. It's all great on paper, but we saw gameplay, and we were really impressed.
We should also mention the world. The world is massive.
4 by 4 kilometers.
Yeah.
Above ground. That doesn't include
types
underground.
Of terrain, like lush jungle. There was desert. There was snowy bits.
And there was vehicles. And we saw a jet ski, and there was a mechanical hand. So if you made
and a big mech as well. He was on a big mech.
Shooting, and there was one like one of the people that you can like get to know, like if you sort of do his like friendship quest line, which was all very natural. They didn't want any like quest markers on the world map or any of that. They didn't want quest collecting, but like you'd then unlock these like crazy different machines, and again your karma affects the dialogue options you have. So maybe what they'll make for you is,
they did say every quest is going to have some kind of gameplay reward. They don't want to have like just basic fetch quests in there.
No,
which
it's
is
not
a really
an XP
cool
thing. It's not about just getting XP. Like every quest will do something or give you something for the story.
Yeah.
Seriously,
you should be excited about this game.
I can't. I just want to play it.
Biomutant. Put it on your radar. It's coming out next year. We don't know when.
Yeah.
But we are very excited, and you should be as well.
That's a lot of information, wasn't it?
It is. Well, thank you, Holly, as always, for so diligently taking those notes, because I would have forgotten most of that. But yeah, there is Biomutant. Let us know what you think of the game in the comments. Hopefully you're as excited as we are. And please do subscribe, because we've got absolutely loads more coming up from Gamescom.